So this is an example recording of how to do a rotation about an object using the grid system for support. So first, let's start with the problem. You have to draw a triangle using the following coordinates: A, which is 5, 8, B, which is 8, 8, and C, which is 8, 11. The problem says you have to rotate the triangle that you build using these coordinates, the coordinates A, B, and C. You're going to rotate it 90 degrees counterclockwise around point B. Point B is one of the points on the triangle. So how can you do this? First, use your grid system where the x-axis is labeled, each line is labeled one number. So the bottom left corner is 0, 0. Then, as we progress along the x-axis, we count by ones. As you progress up the y-axis, you count by ones, as you can see the numbering. Now, can you plot the point A, which is 5, 8? The first number represents the x, for review. So we count along the x-axis until we get to 5. And then from here we have to count up the y-axis until we get to 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then stop. And this is point A. So point A goes right here. Do the same thing for the other two, and then plot your points. You should end up with a triangle that looks like this. Now don't forget, it's important to label each vertex on your triangle, each corner. So put in your labels A, B, and C, please. And when you're finished this, then I'd like you to work on your rotation. But before you rotate, you have to read the problem and identify what the center of rotation is. So make sure you highlight that. After you've identified your center of rotation, choose a leading edge, identify your leading edge, and then try and rotate your triangle. Don't forget, identify which direction you're going to be rotating, clockwise or counterclockwise, as outlined in the problem. Redraw your new triangle, following your leading edge, and identify each of your points as prime points or image points, like this. So my leading edge starts here, and then I take my leading edge, and it's going to rotate clockwise or counterclockwise 90 degrees. So my leading edge goes from this location to this location, pointing down. My leading edge is A, B. A and B make that line of my leading edge. So pointing straight down, I'm going to have A prime, B prime, which would be the leading edge on my image triangle. And you'll notice it's right here in blue, labeled accurately. So the leading edge of the shape moved here when rotated 90 degrees counterclockwise from its original location. Now I can use my protractor and actually check it. Check the angle and label the angle to make sure it's accurate. So I bring my protractor and I put the bottom of my protractor on my original leading edge on my original triangle. So once it's on the bottom arm, I can mark or find 90 degrees, put a mark on my paper, and make sure that matches up with my leading edge on my image, and it does. That shows that this is a 90-degree counterclockwise rotation. Level 4 thinkers, how would you take this information and solve it a different way? How could you rotate the opposite direction? How many degrees would you have to go to get the same image?